Have you ever reached a breaking point where you're giving everything, your time, your patience, your sanity, but your loved one with dementia just doesn't seem to improve? You're not alone. In fact, many caregivers, despite their best intentions, are unintentionally making their jobs much harder. Not because they don't care, but because no one ever taught them how to navigate the emotional minefield of dementia care. Today, we're breaking down the 5 most common mistakes dementia caregivers make and how fixing them can dramatically reduce your stress and improve the quality of life for both you and your loved one. Let's dive in, starting with one of the sneakiest traps. It's human nature to make sense of behavior quickly. She's being difficult. He's just trying to get attention. But what if we're wrong? Here's the truth. Dementia changes the brain. What looks like stubbornness may be confusion. What feels like defiance may be fear. Instead of saying, "Why are they doing this to me?" try asking, "What is this behavior trying to tell me?" For instance, let's say your mom refuses to shower. Instead of assuming she's just being resistant, consider, is the bathroom too cold? Is she embarrassed? Does the sound of running water scare her? By shifting from judgment to curiosity, you open the door to real solutions. Real-life story. One caregiver, David, found his father kept hiding his shoes in the closet, then forgot where they were and panicked. Instead of accusing him of messing things up, David realized his dad was trying to protect his shoes from being stolen, a fear rooted in past experiences. Once David gave him a labeled box for his shoes, the behavior stopped. Let's face it, dementia is emotionally exhausting. But when we react from a place of anger or frustration, we often escalate the problem instead of solve it. Try this mindset shift. Imagine you're a detective, not a judge. Ask yourself, what exactly did they say? What time did it happen? What was happening in the room? Stick to facts. Feelings matter, yes, but when analyzing behavior, they can cloud judgment. Example, Karen was frustrated that her husband kept calling her Mom. She took it personally until she realized that when he was scared or tired, he defaulted to the most comforting figure he remembered. Once she started responding warmly instead of correcting him, his anxiety eased dramatically.
Here's a game changer. Most behavioral issues are predictable. If your loved one gets restless every evening, that's not random. That's a pattern. And patterns can be managed. Instead of waiting for the storm, prepare the umbrella. Example, let's say your loved one gets anxious every night at 6:30. Instead of waiting for it, create a calming routine at 6, soft music, a favorite TV show, their favorite snack. This proactive approach can prevent the behavior from even starting. Real-life tip. Schedule engagement like you schedule medication. A calm evening starts in the afternoon. Have you ever said this? I told her to take her meds gently. She still yelled at me. Or, I tried music therapy, but he didn't like the song. But here's the thing. Maybe the idea was right, but the timing or tone was off. Think of caregiving strategies like recipes. If your cake flops once, you don't throw out the whole recipe. You adjust the oven temp or bake time. Instead of ditching the strategy, ask, was the environment too noisy? Was I rushing? Was I stressed and they sensed it? Example, Maria found her mother responded badly to being told to bathe, but when she gently invited her to a spa day in the morning with warm towels and lavender oil, the same activity became a moment of peace. This one causes so much unnecessary stress. You answer their question, they calm down, and then an hour later they ask it again. You think, nothing I do is working. But here's the truth. The strategy worked. It just needs to be repeated. Dementia affects short-term memory. Your loved one isn't testing you. They genuinely don't remember. Example, If your dad keeps asking, "What time is dinner?" you don't need a new answer each time. You need the same calm, consistent reassurance. Maybe even a big sign on the fridge. A helpful analogy. We eat every day, but we still get hungry the next day. We don't say eating didn't work, we just eat again. Same with caregiving strategies. Recap: the 5 big mistakes. 1. Interpreting instead of assessing behavior. 2. Reacting emotionally instead of logically. 3. Being reactive instead of proactive. 4. Giving up too soon on a strategy. 5. Overcomplicating repeated behaviors. You're doing one of the hardest jobs in the world. Mistakes? We all make them. But each one is an opportunity to shift your mindset, reduce your stress, and reconnect with your loved one. Remember, be curious, not judgmental. Be consistent, not perfect. You're not failing, you're learning. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. So take a deep breath. You're not alone.